Well, 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 who'd have thought? You know the guy who told you you'll own nothing and be happy? Turns out he wasn't so happy with everything he owned. So he helped himself to a few extras, like private massages, £1.1 million in expenses, and a luxury Swiss mansion funded by the Global Do-Gooders Club. He ran like his own private villain lair. Yep, I'm talking about Klaus Schwab, the 87-year-old emperor of Davos, who now finds himself in the middle of a scandal so embarrassing even the World Economic Forum board is ghosting him. Let's unpack the elite disaster that is Klaus Schwab's resignation, the rigged reports, the fake receipts, and the Swiss lawyers digging through massage bills and global rankings like it's CSI Davos. OK, let's rewind for the people at the back. Klaus Schwab is the guy who turned the World Economic Forum, once a boring finance summit, into an invite-only power fest where politicians, bankers and Silicon Valley billionaires fly in on private jets to lecture you about carbon footprints. He gave us phrases like the Great Reset and stakeholder capitalism, which roughly translates to you obey the rules while they rewrite them behind closed doors. This man wanted a global governance model, but apparently couldn't govern his own expenses account. And fast forward to now, and the Swiss newspaper Sonntagszeitung drops a bomb. They get hold of a leaked investigation commissioned by the WEF's own board, and its less global strategy summit, and more dodgy receipts and workplace scandal bingo. Turns out Klaus allegedly rigged global economic rankings to help his political pals. Blocked a UK ranking boost, reportedly to stop Brexit voters saying, "Told you so." Delayed India's score drop so Modi wouldn't throw a fit. And in 2022, when one country dropped too low, Schwab just said, "Let's cancel the whole report." Scientific integrity, folks, just not when it's inconvenient. Now for the fun part, follow the money. The investigation found that Klaus billed over £1.1 million in expenses and couldn't quite explain where a lot of it went. Let's see what the whistleblowers had to say, shall we? Private in-room massages at luxury hotels charged to the WEF. Don't worry, he says he paid that one back. Must have been a back-breaking ordeal. Junior employees forced to withdraw thousands in cash, like a Bond movie but without the cool soundtrack. Luxury villa in Geneva, Villa Mundi, bought for $30 million, renovated for another $20 million, and allegedly run like Hilde's house of influence. That's his wife, by the way. And speaking of Hilde, she's accused of using fake meetings to justify luxury holiday travel, like, "Oh no, Klaus, I must attend this crucial summit in St. Bart's." Meanwhile, Davos speeches are full of equity, transparency and ethical governance. Give it a rest, lads. You're not fooling anyone, not even Switzerland now. And let's not forget the real human cost. The same anonymous letter accuses Schwab of turning a blind eye to sexual harassment, discrimination, and decades of toxic workplace culture. Allegedly, complaints were swept under the same rug where the expense receipts disappeared. The WEF's response, "Oh, we're investigating internally," at some point after brunch. And just when things couldn't get any more cliche, Klaus allegedly kept tight control over everything, from the forum's money to the curtains in the Geneva mansion, because nothing says shared global values like absolute personal control and a £50 million crash pad. Now, you'd think Klaus would lay low, maybe finally take that retirement holiday in space with Jeff Bezos, but no, he's mad. In a statement, Schwab says he feels deceived by the WEF board, insists he's innocent, and claims he offered to meet the investigators but wasn't given a chance to respond before the leaks went public. He's now threatening legal action because nothing screams innocent like suing your own mates for snitching. Honestly, this is starting to sound like Succession, Geneva edition. Now, here's the big question. Why should you care? Because this isn't just one man behaving badly. The WEF influences everything from digital currencies, climate regulation, pandemic response, to what your kids learn in school, all through a soft power network of unelected technocrats. And if the guy at the top is busy manipulating rankings, hiding receipts and cashing in on the very structure he's supposed to oversee, what does that say about the entire system? When your global Trust Us brand gets caught cooking the books, what else is fake? Klaus Schwab resigned in April, quietly, no successor yet, no direction. The WEF is now in full damage control mode, pretending this is all just a misunderstanding about some receipts and one little villa. But they know it's bigger, because once the world sees how these organisations really work, and with rigged rankings, nepotism and elitist hypocrisy, the credibility is gone. Davos might still happen next year, but the magic's over. The curtains are pulled back. And Klaus, he might want to keep those massage receipts handy. They'll be handy in court. So much for the Great Reset. Turns out the only thing getting reset is Klaus Schwab's public image, from visionary futurist to expense fiddler-in-chief. And just in case you forgot, this is the same global club Keir Starmer prefers to Westminster. Yeah. When he was asked where real power lies, he pointed to Davos, not Parliament, not the people who elected him. Davos, the place with the private massages and missing receipts. Make of that what you will. Don't let them gaslight you into thinking this is just an internal matter. This was the face of global governance, now exposed by the very people who worked under him. And the biggest joke of all, he still thinks we should trust him. If you're done with fake rankings, fake transparency and unelected elites playing God, while the rest of us foot the bill, smash that like, drop a comment and subscribe to TruthCast UK, because Klaus may be finished, but we're just getting started.